Hey leader, thanks so much for watching this video. I know you don't have a lot of time, so I just want to be very brief, but I thought I'd make a little quick video because lately you've heard me say or heard your coach say, maybe you watched it in a video in the past, that we want to launch 50 groups in the fall. We want to launch those. We think that that's doable for us. It's obviously a God-sized goal. It won't happen unless God intervenes. And whether God allows 50 leaders to rise to the surface and launch to form healthy communities, we're not sure, but we feel convicted that we want to work like it's going to happen. And so we're expecting great things, big things from this fall. And you've heard me say that we're not asking you to go recruit leaders. We're asking you to train someone in your group so that they could be a leader. So oftentimes to make that handoff from your apprentice to one of your coaches, your life group coach, that usually takes a conversation. So I have 3 tips for you on how to have that conversation. Just things to keep in mind as you have a conversation with, hey, I think you could be a life group leader. Would you be interested in talking with a coach? So I have 3 tips for you. Here they are. The first tip is to name reality. It's important to name reality with your apprentice to help them kind of get their bearings as to where they're at. Perhaps they've been your apprentice for not very long or maybe a long time. The point is that you want to name reality for them. Tell them what present conditions are. And so what this could look like is, hey, I see something in you. Hey, as you've been my apprentice, as you've been learning next to me and taking over for me in certain things of the group, as you've been doing that, I see God working in your life. I see that you have been a leader in this area, and that has really spoke to me. And so this is reality. This is what I see now. Your leadership potential impacting the group in just a positive way. So you want to name reality for them. Second thing is you want to let them know that we've been tasked by God to make disciples. This is the end of the Gospels, right? Before Jesus is ascended into heaven. We've been tasked to go make disciples that make disciples, and then once those disciples are made, we're to teach them to obey all that Jesus has commanded us. And so setting the parameters, saying here's reality, but then here is our ultimate goal, and that is we've been tasked to make disciples. So at Rush Creek, what that looks like is we've been tasked to form new groups that can make disciples. That's our vehicle, that's our delivery system, life groups. So in order to have those, we got to have leaders. And so painting a picture for them that here's reality, I think you could do this well, I see something in you. And the second thing is letting them know that we've been tasked with a high calling, and that is to make disciples. And there are a lot of people at Rush Creek not being discipled. Yes, they come on Sunday and they get discipled by our senior pastor Russ, and that's great. But there's no life-on-life application. There's no place for them to really wrestle with what Pastor Russ is teaching us. There's no place for them to go, so what? What does this matter to me? There's no place for them to have truth intersect with life in a way that is safe and transformational for them. There's no environment for them that they've chosen to be a part of. Life group can be that for them. And we can't launch new life groups without leaders. And so naming reality, letting them know that we have a job to do while we're here until Christ comes back. This is what we're to do, make disciples, and then teach them to obey. And then lastly, ask them just a direct question. Would you be willing to talk with our life group coach about leadership? Simple as that. Would you be willing to talk about leadership with our life group coach? You know, however you want to phrase it, the point is a very, just a declarative. I think you could be a leader. That's just bam, it's out there, right? I think you could be a leader. Would you be interested in having a conversation about that? You're not asking them to sign on the dotted line. We'll do that part for you. It's can you get a conversation with a coach? That's where you want to get them. Can you get them linked up so that the coach can help clarify things for them? They can answer the questions for them, and we'll do all the crossing the line stuff. It may be that the Spirit hadn't released them yet. They're still in the prep, and they need to cook a little longer, right? But if they are, if God's tapped them on the shoulder, and it's time for them to turn around and get in the game, then that's something they need to wrestle with. And so those are 3 tips. Name reality, let them know that we've been tasked to make disciples and teach people to obey what Jesus has commanded, and then ask them if they're willing to talk with the coach. If they're willing to talk with the coach, maybe they'll say, yeah, I'll be interested in having a conversation. Then call your coach, email them, let them know, hey, I have someone in my group who's interested in life group leadership, and they'll be happy to talk with them. So those are the 3 quick tips. Hope this video serves you well, and we hope to have apprentices coming out of the woodwork to launch new groups as we try to reach 50 new life groups in the fall at Group Link, which is August 30th. See ya.